Oh, hi folks, this is Steve AB4L. Let me show you something. So I'm going to the DX spotter. This is people around the world making contacts and saying, oh, I can hear such and such, I made such and such a guy. And a moment ago, I saw something that I thought was funny. Now you see the green that was there momentarily, those are just been added. And in a moment it'll do it again. Now, it's daylight here on the East Coast, mid-afternoon. So like KB1NO, presumably New England, CW contact Morse code by shortwave with somebody ND9M. Now, if I were to do something like this, let's see if he has a QRZ page, which is what this, okay, so it says he's in South Dakota. The South Dakota address, blah, 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 blah. You got the idea? Now, I'm just going to go ITU. And it doesn't come up with anything. So I'm going to go ham radio, ITU, Geneva. ITU's ham radio station celebrates 60 years on the air. Now this is an article published by them. They're in Geneva, Switzerland. ITU's ham radio station celebrates 60 years on the air. And then it's by somebody with a call sign SV3SJ. I'm going to guess that it's Swedish. Oh, no, it wouldn't be Swedish with that name. See, now what we can do is we can do like this. I want to find out where he's from, the call sign. So I go QRZ, I do his call sign, and I say QRZ, and it goes to the QRZ. There's his call sign, and he's Greece, SV. Oh, I was thinking SM for Sweden. So the article is written by a Greek ham radio operator. Okay, so does it tell us what, oh, and by Attila Matas, OM1AM. Now, I worked at OM this past weekend in the DX contest. So we go like that, we go QRZ, and we can look up where he's from, and it's the Slovak Republic. And last Saturday, whatever it was, in the ARL International DX contest, I worked the Slovak Republic station, starting with OM1. It may have been OM1AM. What am I up to? Let's see if they give the call sign for the Geneva base. There's one in New York at the United Nations. Or maybe, here it is. Here it is. Now we're getting to what I want to show you. Now just a few moments ago, on this here, somebody operating from Geneva with that call sign made a contact, and somebody listed it here, but it scrolls off the end. Let's see if there's been another one in the meantime. Here we go. Y03IPR on 7160.3 worked 4U1ITU. And then it says, up 5, too many kilowatts calling. So there's these big high power stations trying to get a contact with him. Now let me show you something. This is why I'm doing it. If I click on this, there's a drop down. It says go to the QRZ page, this website, of that station, which is the International Telecommunications Union headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. Now here's the laugh. Now here's their QSL card, so you can see it. All right? ITU, it's zone 28, worked all zones 14, and then it's got the grid square, JN36BF. I can't make it bigger than, maybe I can make it bigger. And you can see up here, International Telecommunications Union. And this is presumably a picture in Geneva, Switzerland, and it might be one of these buildings, right? International Telecommunications Union. Now here's the punchline. If I go to somebody's, oh, let me pick this guy in New Zealand. See, he's got a picture there. As a matter of fact, there he is at the base of his tower. Okay? He pays money, and he wrote here, I spent a number of years as ZL4FX, I operated as ZL5AC in Antarctica, and 4 years in the Cook Islands as ZD. So they write their own personal stuff. Now some of this, they upload the picture, but others apparently have other privileges. Now let's go back to the International Telecommunications Union headquarters ham station page on QRZ. And what does it say right there? QSL, which means I need proof that I made the contact with you. QSL information for 4U1 ITU operation. Via the Bureau QSL, please use club log. Now what they're doing is they're giving an insert here to where you would click on to put in your request. And what does it say? What does that thing in the middle of this page, which they set up, what does it say? The computer at QRZ.com, when it presented this page to me, actively tried to connect to the ITU in Geneva computer to insert whatever it is they want to put in this space. It's like you're on, I'll illustrate it. YouTube. It's going to give me the YouTube homepage, right? If I hover over this, it starts to play the video, because that space sees that I'm hovering over it, so it connects me to a short clip to try to get me to click on it. Same concept. So there's supposed to be something here that actually is provided in real time by a connection to the ITU computer in Geneva, and we're having trouble finding that site. We can't connect to the server at secure.clublog.org. Try again later. The International Telecommunications Union headquarters. We can't find them. Now, that's not really true. I don't know who Club Log is. Let's see if we can just get, you notice it says secure. Let me try it. I'm going to assume that it's not. So if I go up here and I paste it in, let's see what happens. My browser is trying to go directly to whatever that address is. I'm getting the same message. So now I open this and I do this. I put in the human readable address and I say PING space. Now let's see if anybody's answering. Now what's going to happen is that my computer is going to have to ask the domain name service, and the first one in line will be Google domain name service. Do you know who this guy is? And then give me the actual numeric address. Ping request could not find the host secure.clublock.org. All right. Now I do NS lookup. NS lookup is a Windows facility, and now I put the name, the human readable name, to see if I can get it to tell me, does it know anything about it? And the Google server dns.google 8.8.8 says we don't have any record. No, we have no idea who they are. So now I'll change it to just a web page, www.clublog.org. And it has no idea who that is. I'm doing a search, and you see it tries to, Firefox is too smart for me. Now I'm just going to go club log. HTTPS. Now Google wants to know, see, my head's in the way. Google wants to know if they would get out of here. At some point, HTTPS clublog.org has been visited by the Google search engine web crawler. Let's pick about and see if it'll open to anything. That opened, and that's clublog.org/about.php. Why don't I just take that off? That's similar to what I was doing with the ping and stuff like that. It's there, but to give me the front page, it changed what it looks like. So let me try this. See, I'm curious. I don't know if I'm allowed to ping that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. See, we're back to clublog.org. Oh, now it's answering. Oh, now it's answering. What would be the next thing we're supposed to do if we suddenly got an answer to the ping? We go back here. And we try again. Now I'm going to take that human readable address. I'm going to open my Brave browser. And I'm going to paste that in. And the site can't be found. But if I take that off, what's the answer? This part here, see, I wanted to play with this because I just happened to look on this website to see if there's anything I might like to go turn my radio on and try for. This is called the domain. ORG, yes, the ITU is an organization. So it's something called, I don't know, the clublog is not the ITU, it's somebody else. Whoever they are, they help take care of these exchanges to confirm contacts. I don't think they're necessarily at the ITU, but whoever these people are, they're down. It seemed. Now the part I'm highlighting now is called the domain name. But the secure part, now we can see how out of date their website is. Now I'm analyzing it. That's called a subdomain. And this means that whoever set this up for the QRZ page of 4U1ITU hasn't come back recently, maybe in a couple of years, to fix this part of their custom page because they're allowed to log in and edit it themselves. They've kind of forgotten about it. And it's out of date. Clublog.org has since moved on from using that direct thing to say, it used to be, even 5 years ago, that most of the websites didn't actually have what's called SSL handshake, where it encrypts the conversation. The first step is you make contact with the website and it can exchange some keys, clues, and then the conversation is encrypted to keep people from listening to what you're doing, watching what you're doing. But in the last couple of years, there's been this big push to automatically reject any attempt to go like, and this when you don't do HTTPS and you just go HTTP, like Google will go, no, we won't do that. I'll redirect your browser to, and then we force an encrypted conversation. And they're a couple of years behind. They've forgotten they have this. And in the in the leading edge of them trying to go secure, they had a subdomain called secure.club.org for getting information, but now they just do it automatically. Right? I can ping the server at the main domain, clublog.org. But if I type in just clublog.org, did you see what the address did? Let's see if we can make it bigger. See, it doesn't make that bigger. I type in HTTP, not HTTPS, / clublog.org, and it gives me the page, but the actual address did what I just said. The HTTP unrequested contact packet was told on return, fix that URL and ask for it as same address but as HTTPS. We no longer accept any connections that are unencrypted because they're insecure. It did exactly what I just said. So that says that the ham radio operators at the International Telecommunications Hobby Shack have forgotten to update this probably for the last couple of years. I'm squealing on them. It's just bullshit. But I just thought it was so funny that when I saw them there and I went to their QRZ page, that when I scrolled down, the International Telecommunications Union, you can't connect to them. I'm sorry. Steve AB4, just having fun with ham radio and computers. Saying see you at 73.